Metal Gear 5 Phantom Pain. Let's talk about this. Metal Gear 5 seems to have taken the model from Metal Gear Peace Walker and just made it in a bigger scale. And just like in Metal Gear Peace Walker, you build your own mother base and then you get your own crew. And depending on the crew's skills, you can either have them make new weapons or send them out on missions. You acquire your crew by either you send them away with a balloon or you get them to a helicopter. And later on in the game you can upgrade your balloons so you can require some tanks and cars and some heavy machine guns. And I gotta say, it's very satisfying to see a tank getting flown away by a balloon and it didn't know what happened. And then of course we have the main missions and the side-off missions. And the side-off missions can be a good thing to do too. Like for example, there's a side-off missions where you can find the legendary gunsmith, and if you manage to save him, you can customize your own weapons. And that's the fun about this game, just experimenting what you can do in this game. If you explore the mother base, you sometimes can find some hidden stuff in there. You can experiment with the enemy. What happens if you throw an empty magazine on their face? What happens? Well, that's for you to find out. And when you head out on a mission, it's not a bad idea to look up on the iDroid what it is you're supposed to do, so you can equip yourself with the right weapons and the right items and the right tools and the correct outfit for the mission. And then of course bring along the right buddy for the missions. And all the buddies have their own special abilities that can help you out on the missions. Which one is my favorite? That would be Quiet. Why? She's just a badass, okay? She's just a badass. And when you get to the mission area, you can infiltrate yourself in so many different ways. There's so many experiments you can just try in every mission. And when you complete the mission, you get a certain rating. You get from S to E, if you care for such a thing. And the game runs really great on my PS4, 60 frames per second. And I have not run into any bugs or any glitches, so it works really great. And then there is the story, and I enjoy it. But the biggest problem with this game is that a lot of the story is in cassette tapes, where you can listen to it whenever you want to. But a lot of stuff from the cassette tapes would be great to see on a cutscene instead of just having it on a cassette tape. So it kind of feels like you're missing out on a lot of stuff. And now we have to talk about the lesser likable things about this game. Like for example, I didn't really much care about the multiplayer. What it is you can do is that you can infiltrate yourself to somebody else's base and take the staff for yourself. Or the same thing can happen to you. Or you can join up with somebody else and do some co-op missions. But the thing is that every time somebody's trying to invade your base, you kinda have to go and defend it for yourself, if you don't want to lose any of your staff. So it keeps interrupting the story you're trying to have, and I can tell you that happens a lot. So the game is much more better played offline. And another problem with the cassette tapes is that at some points you have to listen to the cassette tapes to continue the story. And that's not really fair, because it really feels like a lot of stuff goes on behind your back and you don't really get to see the action in front of you, which makes it feel disconnected to the story at times. And also, of course, if you haven't heard about the controversy with Konami and Mr. Kojima, there is microtransactions in the game. And I'm not a fan of it either, so there's not much to say here then it's just bullshit. Another problem that I have with the story is that I refuse to believe the ending that we got was the actual ending of the game. I will now warn you, I might spoil something here, so in case, plug your ears. So the ending that we got in this game, I just refuse to believe that's the ending of the game, because it really feels like there's a lot left to go through in the game. I heard there is a DLC ending to this game, which makes me worried. What I think it is what's gonna happen to this game is that there's gonna be more added DLC or anything really that's gonna continue the story, which makes me worried that we have to pay for all that to get the concluding story. But I could be totally wrong, I could, because I haven't looked up anything about what they're gonna do with this game, because that's what I prefer to do. I prefer know as little as I can so I can be as surprised as I can. But I hope they give us it for free, but I will not hold my breath for that. And of course, I can be totally wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But to sum up, is this a good game? Absolutely. It is fun to play, experiment, and there's so much fun to have. And the story is enjoyable. Does it succeed any of the other Metal Gear games? No, but it is a really good game nonetheless. And now this is the last time Mr. Kojima will work on the MGS game. And I hope the best for him. And maybe he can work on, something that we've all been waiting for. It could happen, it could happen. It may not be called PT, but, it could happen. Let us have a little bit hope here. And that's my video of this video game, and I hope you people enjoy it. And remember, the next episode will come as a surprise. I see you around.
Take them into battle with us. A shining light to our brothers in arms, even in death. We are Diamond Dogs.